AFTV, Frank, worked great, lost the game 3-2, but how do you look into that game and what do you take away from it? We got to see a lot of the new signings, all of the new signings today.
Yeah, 100%. And I think ultimately, Robbie, I don't think we can be too frustrated about the result. At the end of the day, it is a pre-season friendly. Ultimately, what I'm looking for in these games is performances from individuals. Some we got performances from, and I think it's worth highlighting the fact that, the likes of Max Dowman, Ethan Winieri, some of the new signings as well played absolutely fantastically. And some not so on the good side, specifically Martinelli, who I'm getting a little bit frustrated with. But for me, these pre-season games are not about the result. It's literally just about the players getting the minutes in before the league starts and going from there. 100%.
So you don't look into the result because that's two on the bounce, two defeats on the bounce in the friendly. Yeah. It's been 4 friendlies, 2 wins, 2 losses.
Yeah, no, 100%. Obviously, it's frustrating, but it's not the end of the world. I think, obviously, the one that happened last time is obviously elevated because of the fact that it was Tottenham. And obviously, that was a slightly disappointing performance from the individuals as well. So I think that's the frustration there, the fact that we didn't play too well. And obviously, there wasn't too many great players to come out of that game. And obviously, the fact that it's them lot as well. Yeah. That's the frustration there. But for me, I think overall it was a pretty decent performance. Defensively, I thought there was a little bit of a struggle. Obviously, Nicolas Pepe's goal. The defending on that was awful. But, apart from that, I don't think the performance as a whole was too bad, and I'm glad to see some individual performances.
Yeah, and what did you make of Gyökeres? I mean, it's first time him playing at the Emirates, got a couple of shots off. We're going to have to learn how to play with this guy, aren't we?
I think this is the thing for Arsenal at the moment. I think we've forgotten how to play with a striker because I don't necessarily think that he's getting the service that he needs. And obviously, I understand. Obviously, it's a different level, Lisbon to Arsenal, but we've got to understand how to play with Victor Gyökeres. He's not, for me, he doesn't look the most mobile of strikers. Obviously, I've seen the goals and stuff like that. I don't know necessarily too much about his overall play, but you see the goals, you see the kind of player that you've got there. He's not the most mobile. And
he's quick though. He's very quick.
He's quick, absolutely. But he's a tall guy as well, and you've got to get those crosses into him. And I think we're struggling to do that at the moment. So I think it's down to the wingers, especially, to learn how to get those crosses in, especially from the corners. Absolutely. Obviously, we love a set piece goal. When you've got a 6'4" striker in there, that should be your target, man. But I don't want to dwell too much on his performances because, like I said, it is early days. He's not had too much training with the squad at the moment, and he's had limited minutes. He only got 10-15 minutes against Tottenham, and he only got ultimately a half against Villarreal today.
Yeah, and so you're still positive going into a new season?
100%. Look, the way I look at it is, last season for me was regression because obviously you look at the points tally. It wasn't good enough ultimately for me. Obviously, I know second on paper doesn't sound too bad, and ultimately I think that's what the board will see, and obviously getting that Champions League qualification, and hopefully we don't fall into old habits in the sense that we're just happy with Champions League qualification. We need to see an improvement, and ultimately I think we're at the point now where you've got your striker, you've put your faith and your money into players like Madueke. It's a situation of we now need to win a trophy, or it's over for him, I believe.
Nice one.